Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Juice. Sorry, I'm just doing some things. I'll be with everybody in a moment.
Buenos dias, señores and señoritas.
Hola, ¿cómo está usted?
Todo bien. Todo bien.
Das Frau und sprechen die Deutsch?
Nein. Even though I'm German. Sad.
I used to speak a lot of German with my pap many years ago, but I forgot most of it because I don't use it anymore.
I was told by my grandmother how to say shut your mouth. So it's been going on since I was a little hero.
Chad said they wanted to help translate Lido into German. So you might get a chance to use it again soon, hero.
That'd be cool, man. Hey, I posted your article that you wrote on what we're focusing on, what we really should be focusing on, and what the media is focusing on, having to do with, the use of energy and all this different stuff. And I found that very insightful. Thank you for that this morning.
I didn't find it insightful, Lido, because I don't know what he's talking about. So please explain.
Yeah, Lido, please explain.
I may be rugged.
Oh, Lido's getting rugged. Lido's getting rugged.
Am I rugged?
I can hear you, man.
Is Blackjack rugged?
Might be me, man. I can hear you.
I can hear Blockjock. I can hear you. I don't know. Here, let's see if this fixes it.
Wait, what did I...
No, he's just rugged.
Oh, I think he got rugged.
He definitely got rugged.
Yeah, it was him. What you block? It was him.
I thought I was bugging with speaking other languages. I thought Twitter made me get into a Spanish group.
I couldn't make out what you said, Crypto King. Sorry, it was kind of muffled.
Oh, when I popped in, you guys were speaking in Spanish. I thought Twitter got the language settings wrong and they rugged me like that.
No. I was using my little bit of Spanish that I know. I don't know very much, so.
Yeah, same thing with me. I live in SoCal, so, you got to know all the words having to do with ordering food and counting to 10.
Taco.
Yeah,
right?
Taco, burrito.
Actually,
right.
I used to be a manager at a Taco Bell, so at one point I spoke Taco Bell Spanish quite well. Obviously, all the ordering, talking about shifts, where you can be off, finding a replacement.
Taco Bell Spanish, Lido. Oh my goodness, that was legendary. I think Epoch already did his tweet, but that should have been the quote of the day.
That really should.
Yeah.
Come learn Taco Bell Spanish.
That was hilarious.
Epoch's on a plane. He's flying to New York, doing Epoch things.
I'm finally back in SoCal and very happy. It's very windy in Oklahoma. Just going to say that.
Well, it's snowing here right now. Yay.
Well, there's that. Yeah, okay. I'll take the wind over the snow, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that this is the end of it for the year, but we might get one more.
Hey, so how many people jumped on the USDC or the MAD USDC, this Wing Riders, all the stable coins everybody's doing?
Not
Seems
me.
very popular right now. I mean, geez.
No, I wouldn't use Wing Riders just because it's a private bridge that I know nothing about.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get all that.
What are people jumping on? Are people really holding profits in stable coin? How are people using stable coin right now? I love to know that.
Very
It's
simple,
straight FOMO.
very simple, right? No. if you want to yield farm, the easiest pair to yield farm, the most stable pairs to yield farm is two stable coins, except for Hosky. Hosky is the most stable. It is more stable than a stable coin. I have been farming Hosky, and it's been more stable than the USD, USC, US
That's
whatever
hilarious.
pair.
So
Looks like
did you
we've got some
see?
opinions. Go ahead, Crypto King, and then our.
Sorry, man. Are we already doing hands? Never mind.
I was gonna ask,
Hold on 1 second, Crypto King. I gotta say something. Block. As soon as Lido comes in, it's hand time. Like,
Oh, damn it.
just remember that from going forward. When Lido
Okay.
is here, it's hand time.
Yes.
Go ahead, Crypto King.
I was gonna ask, when do you think, what's the time horizon we're gonna see a pegged stable coin on the blockchain? Not an algorithmic one, just kind of what they got USDC Tether type deal on Cardano without the bridge.
I mean, technically, uh, I guess Wing Riders technically, but it's a bridge. So I would say probably June hard fork. I would imagine. I don't know. I haven't kept up with Jed.
Go ahead, R.
Yeah. I mean, I know that we're going to definitely have LiquidX and Jed very soon. I would say that sometime this year is definite, but hopefully shortly after the Vassal hard fork. And then I was also gonna say regarding some of those pairs that are great to farm, um, there's going to be an ADA bonding thing through OptimFi starting next month, from what they said on a space, I think it was last month. And if that is the case, that's really cool because then there's going to be these bonds that are just slightly off of the value of ADA, but they should be highly correlated with the value of ADA to the point where uh, going and providing liquidity on a pair ADA to this bonded ADA, it should be profitable just off of the liquidity provider fees. Now, this is obviously something where you should do your own research, do your own math, but I think that it's going to be really interesting to see some of the stuff that comes out of Cardano DeFi that you probably haven't seen in other DeFi spaces because of some of the ways that we do things over here.
When you say bonding, are you talking about bond as in debt instrument or bond as in Olympus DAO?
So, I'll explain briefly what they described on their space, but basically, what it is you'll be able to take your ADA and you'll be able to go and put it into a smart contract, and in return, you'll get quote unquote STATA, and it's ADA that is, I mean, you can go and redeem ADA from the contract, uh, but the ADA that is deposited is locked there for, I guess, 5 days for the, or maybe it's 20 days. It's like a certain amount of epochs, I guess. Um, and at that point, you would have this ADA where you don't get the staking rewards, the STATA, you don't get staking rewards for STATA, but you can obviously go and get your ADA back at a later point in time, and so the value is basically just off based on the rewards, right? So staking rewards is the only difference between ADA and STATA, um, other than having to trust the security of the contract.
Is the contract open source?
As of right now, no, I don't. It's also not available as a product as of right now, but OptimFi said that sometime in the month of May, it's going to be offered as a product. Hopefully, they'll be open sourcing that code as well, but I'm not associated with them. I just heard this all in their Twitter space, and I'm excited about it.
Thanks for telling us. It's really interesting. I need to read an article on it, do some math, because I don't know shit unless it's in the form of an equation.
I definitely have a follow-up question for you, Crypto King. But Block, what are you trying to say? and now he doesn't speak. So, Crypto King, what do you mean by peg stablecoin? Peg as in like corrupted stablecoin, like Tether?
Well, are you having me on? You know what peg is? Uh, yeah. So I don't know if anybody doesn't know what peg is, so I'll just tell you. It's basically the price of one thing is exactly the price of another through some method. So, a stable coin for United States dollar would mean that the price of that stable coin in the market is always equivalent to the United States dollar. In practice, uh, they fluctuate within some band, but that band is really small, so it's approximately equal to it in practice. And you get two flavors of them. You get the algorithmic ones, and the ones that should be backed by it. The backed ones, they may be not that backed. Maybe they don't have the right amount of reserves, so there's a bit corruption. And then you get the algorithmic ones, which are okay, but I kind of want one native on Cardano. That's all.
We're gonna have the sort of MakerDAO style stable coins available through LiquidX. From what I understand, probably very shortly after the Vassal hard fork. If you look in the Plutonomicon under the token transaction pattern, you can actually find uh, architecture documents with regards to how LQX is going to work. But yeah, it's definitely not something where it's like just a hypothetical system. Like they they are waiting for the June hard fork. I mean, it's not like they are gonna start building after the June hard fork.
I'm gonna
Do
start
you
after the June hard fork.
sorry about that. Do you recommend reading token transaction dash token dash pans.md first or transaction dash token dot protocol first?
Pattern first, then protocol, but all of the Plutonomicon is full of
The
solid
what?
resources. Plutonomicon from MLabs and
I love
Liquid.
that name. I love that name.
The new game should be how many times we can get Riley to say Plutonomicon whenever he comes into his space.
Like a
Everybody,
drinking game.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
everybody's gonna have to drink or do push-ups if he says it. But
Hey hero, Plutonomicon.
y'all got to drink. Hosts are exempt, not co-hosts though.
nah bullshit. Host got to host
Hey,
got to drink too.
hey, this is a dictatorship, and I'm a dick, Lockjock.
Wait a minute. I thought we were in decentralization
No, no,
land.
no, no. That's Cardano over a whole. Cardano over coffee, however, is a little different.
What distributed blackjack, but were by no means decentralized.
That seems super familiar in a variety of different spaces I'm in.
We do have an on and off switch, my friend.
Oh, I know. Believe me. Hey, I wanted to ask Riley a question. I had my hand up and everything, and then, of course, I put it down, I guess, because it goes down for some reason. But, Riley, SIP 30, I believe, the reference script, how impactful do you think that's going to be? It almost seems like of all the SIPs,
Very. Sorry.
it seems the most impactful to me. No, honestly, it seems like so much less time spent on the transaction outputs,
I think that
and then being used.
a lot of what is it, like 3 sips that are getting put in? Sorry, R, you can answer right after me. But that reference, right, to be able to reference instead of having to put all that data into the smart contract is huge, I think. Or
Yeah,
no more me.
it's based on just empirical data at MLabs, and this was also in that same space from OptimFi. I mean, you might be able to find it still recorded if it was less than a month ago, but they had mentioned that the results they have are showing a 10x improvement in the size of transactions, which is huge just for the reference scripts CIP. And then the other two that are going to be actually changing the way that we develop like on-chain validation logic are going to be SIPs 32 and 33. So 31, I believe, is the reference scripts. And then I can't remember, I think 32 is inline datums, which allows for us to represent the datum that we have like for our code actually on chain as opposed to just being a hash on chain. And the reason that this is useful is when you're writing off-chain code, you need to be able to like somehow know what that datum is, and if it's not stored on a server somewhere, then how are you supposed to know what it is? You could, if it's a small set of potential things, like you can just calculate different datums and then grab the hash for those and see if the hash matches any of those, but that's obviously like brute force and not scalable. And so it's like, why would you only put the hash on chain, right? You'd want to put the full datum on chain for the ability to see it. And you can do that in the metadata, but it's pretty limited. And obviously with the 16 kilobyte transaction size limit, there's that being something that definitely limits what you can do with it. But having reference scripts allows for us to fit more in other places like datum. So I think it's worth it. And then finally, there is the ability to actually have read. And I want to say this is like reference inputs was the name of the CIP, but it allows for you to read from UTXO and have that datum inside of your validation logic without actually spending the UTXO. And so the reason that that's useful is say that there's an oracle providing a price feed, and that price feed tells us the ratio between ADA and the US dollar. And then there's like 20 different dApps that want to use it. Well, if we all want to use it in the same block, there would need to be 20 different UTXOs with the current ledger model, but with the new and improved ledger model after the Vassal hard fork, we could all be reading from that same UTXO. Now, for all of these CIPs 31 through 33, there are changes that need to be had to the on-chain validation code that you have for Plutus scripts. And if you don't make those changes, then you simply cannot leverage the new and improved ledger model. It's still, your code will still work, but it'll basically be as if you wrote it just to not even consider these things.
I had something that I wanted to say, and then I forgot. John Woods, that's what it was. John Woods, for those of you who don't know what a redeemer is or a datum or whatever the hell these guys are talking about, there is a great video that was put out during the mid-month update by John Woods explaining how extended UTXO works and what is all part of that. I would suggest taking it's about a 10-minute video, maybe. Go watching that section specifically if you don't want to watch the whole hour mid-month update.
We plan to also put that in an article and translate it into Spanish and Swahili because that stuff is gold. So
Taco Bell
out.
Spanish? Or are we going to do Taco Bell Spanish? I mean, that would make it much easier, and everybody's going to then be able to understand it. Even us gringos.
What's up, Crypto King?
I just thought, I'll read you this bit. A proof of concept could be accomplished using existing technologies within a week of dedicated labor. However, full specification, audit, library development, and opinionated documentation are more challenging to estimate and would likely be an ongoing as resources and demand allow. So I'm guessing they can make a limited, proof of concept product in a week. In about a month, they'll have something that they could probably bear test, and in a couple of months, we'll have that done. That's what I'm guessing.
Who are they?
Yeah, and what are you referring to with like the thing being built?
Oh, I thought we had. I went to the Plutonomicon thing, and I actually went and read I'm reading.
Oh, everybody got a drink. He said Plutonomicon. Oh, no, I said it too.
Chug, chug, chug.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, that definitely makes sense. No, it's they so that was published a little while ago. But it's definitely they don't publish everything that they've got going on inside of the Plutonomicon, and most of the stuff that they publish there is stuff that they've already tested pretty well internally, from what I understand. I think that the token transaction pattern, just as a pattern, is something that they definitely have been using. And when it comes to just like the amount of code that they have, I don't know exactly, but Agora is already open source, and you can go get a taste of some of the engineering talent that they have at Liquid. And from what I understand, there's quite a bit of overlap between Liquid and LiquidX teams. So.
Hey, Art, do you think it was telling when John Woods said that they're increasing block size by the 10%, even though they didn't have to, but they're trying to get ahead of it, which I found very proactive for me instead of being reactive to things. And it sounds like they're pretty confident in making that move ahead of time. And there's probably a good reason for it, you think, with the June hard fork coming.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we should be increasing the block size at whatever pace we can, without increasing the like propagation time by too significant of an amount. And obviously, as we improve the ledger in other ways, the block propagation time goes down with the same block size, so we can increase the block size further. So like pipelining and input endorsers are going to really help us, and that's going to be something that continues to improve the block size and increase it over the coming years, I believe, if I understand correctly. So I'm yeah, we have plenty of room to grow, and I think that we should do that at whatever pace we can, but I don't think that it would be wise for us to push it just based on demand, for example.
And I think that it needs to be when we're doing these upgrades, it has to be slow because we got to watch block propagation. Like people don't understand how important that is, so these things have to be done slowly. Regardless if the blockchain needs it right now, that's the right path to take. Continue doing it slowly. That way, when demand picks up, when we get out of this, what I would call a crab market right now, we've been in a bear market. Now we're kind of in a sideways crab market. Um, Trust me, when that bull comes back and starts running, demand's going to go through the roof again, right? You remember the days when there was NFT projects selling out in literally, minutes. That'll come back at some point. So we have to continue and probably even be bigger than last time. So to just sit and not continue to do these upgrades would be careless, I think.
Yeah, big time. I remember when Charles was talking about the heartbeat and that 5 second propagation time was really the heartbeat. He said you could kind of play around with that a little bit, but ultimately the heartbeat to me, it's like I love when there's reference to something visual and something that I can understand in a non-technical way. And he has the great ability to be able to do that. So does R, really. I mean, R and TCT both are able to, along with you as well, Hero. I mean, you guys all make it kind of easier to digest for those of us who don't really understand the tech, which is cool.
Not me. I blame it on R. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I can't. Grancho and then Crypto King.
Hey, King was before me. If he wants to, if he's got something.
Oh, he's here all the time, man. He'll get his chance. Trust me.
Okay, I appreciate it. I wanted to ask some of these ADAO friends about, we're working on a constitution right now, and we're trying to envision some of the ways in which we can utilize Agora tools. Is there a place that I can go to kind of explore the possibilities that's like an easy to digest place?
I wouldn't use that ADAO people, man. They're bad. Go ahead.
A couple of them are okay,
Art.
man.
I mean, I think that personally the best resources right now are people. I don't know if TCT has time, but he is definitely a great resource on some of that, and I think that he would be able to answer just about any questions you have. But if you, I mean, yeah, there will probably be easily digestible resources in the near future, and maybe that's something that we need to get started on now. It's not something that we've put up yet, and it's not something that Liquid has put up yet. But yeah,
I've
that's
I've compiled what is out there, from the Catalyst proposal, from the GitHub, and from I actually just sent an article for R to proofread, which doesn't go into like crazy detail, but does give a pretty good overview of what you can do, what that'll even look like. There's some experimental UIs on there, like images. So I'm gonna have that proofread and get that out too. But yeah, anytime you're always welcome to ask questions here in the Discord. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll come to your Wednesday meeting, and maybe we can talk a little bit more in detail at some point then. Thanks,
But
dudes.
you can't ask questions here because ADAO does not pay me anything. They're cheap. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Crypto King, go ahead.
I was gonna ask about some encryption stuff, but now that we're talking about ADAO, maybe I'll ask both. For the ADAO stuff, like for the RATSDAO stuff, uh, is there documentation on how to use that? Do you have to go through each repository line by line and just kind of figure it out? And secondly, yesterday the Subcritical had a space with I can't, Iagon, right? And they were talking about storing um, data, encrypted data on the blockchain. And I have questioned them about it, and they want to use homomorphic encryption, which might be a ways out, but they didn't want to do it as a sidechain. They wanted to do it on the actual main chain. What do you guys think about that with the transaction size limits? Like, how much data could they actually pump in? You know?
yeah. If they're not using some sort of sidechain, I feel like they're gonna end up running into some issues. I don't know how they expect to be able to do this. I mean, if they're thinking, oh, we'll use Hydra, I don't see how that works because Hydra only commits the end state right after the state channel is closed. So it's like I just don't see how that works for them, but maybe I'm missing something. They may know something that I don't know, and that's totally possible.
That's exactly what I said. I asked them, well, how are you going to do it? And I thought they couldn't do it. And then they said, we're going to use Hydra. So I was like, hmm, so I don't know, but I want them to go first so I can kind of see what they do and how it plans out. But what about that rat style stuff? It's meant to be open source. Is it well documented or is it something you have to dig into?
Which part? So like the Ratstau currently, I believe, is using Roundtable for managing their funds. I'm not 100% sure about that statement, but I believe that's what they're doing at this point, which is our multi-sig tool, and anyone can use that. It is open source. And then there's Agora, which is a suite of smart contracts written in Plutarch that are used for governance, and that's basically just like
Man, all these
libraries, right?
Riley, all these plute words.
Yeah,
Pluto.
all these flute
I
words.
love it.
There's also Pluto, if you didn't already know. But anyway, so basically, um, yeah, there's a variety of things that we've got that we're working on, and I think that the stuff that RatStyle is actually using right now versus what they're going to be using in the future are very different. But what they're using right now, to my knowledge, is Roundtable, and that is already a open source product. Agora is also open source, but there's not currently an open source front end for it or any off-chain code for it. Um, but you're welcome to write your own or get involved with the code that we're writing at ADAO.
Okay, thanks for that. That explains a lot of what they're doing, actually. I know where to go for it. Thank you.
Who's our first guest?
Our first guest is actually here. I invited them up. At least they were here. Maybe they got booted. I don't see them anymore. Maybe they got rugged. Oh, there they are. Clumsy. Clumsy Fight Club. I've invited you. I don't know. Up there's requesting. Anyhow, before we to that, I wanted to say something and I forgot now. So
Ooh.
that's because you guys start talking and I get interested and forget what I was thinking about, and then you know.
That's okay, Hero. That sounds like you're an excellent active listener.
And you're also older than 90% of the Cardano population.
True.
So, there's that.
And I have a
Maybe
where I used to do a lot of marijuana, so my short-term memory is not very good.
D3, my friend. D3 and B12. Those two will up you quite nicely as far as the remembering part.
And don't forget your fish
Li-
oil.
I'll tell
Lion's mane.
I'm gonna start.
Lion's mane.
I'm
Oh,
at
yeah,
that
lion's mane.
age. Like y'all are laughing, but I'm at that age where I'm gonna have to start taking like a regimen of vitamins every day just to survive. I'm
Yo,
already.
Hero, I take a regimen of vitamins every day, and I'm 23, bro.
Well, I used to do that. I used to do that when I went to the gym every day. Like, but now I need them just to survive, like to be alive. I think.
Some of us are trying to offset the exposure to the THC that's in the room. Of course, you're not smoking or anything, but it just happens, osmosively. I just made up a
Okay,
new
are
word.
we throwing shade at Big Joe right now?
Did you just say I'm not smoking, Black Chalk?
No, of course not. Of course
Listen,
not.
I know what it is. I understand what it is now. I know why I forgot. I got a contact high from Big Joe. That's what it was.
I mean, come on. He does that. You can be on social media and get a contact. I got one from him last time he was in here.
Big Joe, you got me a contact buzz, buddy. What's up, bud?
I think you just gotta check what type of Flintstone gummy vitamins you're taking. Sometimes they're edibles. You guys gotta be careful. I can't even say
Oh,
edibles right now. It's too early for me.
maybe that wasn't a
That's freaking hilarious.
Flintstone I ate. So I think our first guest is having some issues on becoming a speaker. Uh, are you Clumsy Fighter? Are you on a phone? You can send me a DM. If you need to be on a phone and preferably an iPhone. If you have an Android, you're probably just going to get booted off, and you can't talk on a computer.
Are you listening on a computer, Hero, so that you can like see whether or not you rug at any point? Is that the purpose of that? I heard feedback.
No, I am. I put every show on YouTube now that I record when I'm around for the shows, so that way, if you miss a show and there was a guest that you want to go back and listen to, there's a Cardano Over Coffee YouTube channel, which is just the recording of us pretty much talking. I overlay the Cardano 4-hour chart over it just to kind of for something visual. But I record the shows and then post them to YouTube, usually the same day, usually like later in the evening, because it takes me, being a 2-hour show, it takes me about an hour to process the show afterwards, and then like an hour to upload it to YouTube. So it does take some time.
It's almost like somebody should go like vote for that ADAC cafe proposal.
Yeah, it's
Pay
almost
for
like
some of that shit.
and
I
Lido, is
think you're on something.
it's still the process, is it still the period of time where we can go and be CAs on stuff and give reviews, or is it past that
Nope,
already? All
it's
right, well,
past that.
are
Voting's
we
in
in
two
voting
days.
right now? Okay, well, that's awesome. I need to make sure that I vote because there's some stuff that I want to vote for, and I got frustrated with Catalyst, so I haven't really opened Idea Scale since last
Well,
time.
here's the thing,
But I'm
Riley.
I'm gonna vote
Hopefully, in
anyway,
two
even though I'm
days,
upset.
you won't have to open idea skill. You will be able to go up to Lighter Nation and build your proposals you want to vote for and go straight to the voting app when voting starts.
Lido Nation out there building big things. Check it
One-stop
out.
shop.
Hey, Crypto King, I would love to chat and let you go, but I got Clumsy Fight Club up here, and I'm hoping that they don't get booted, so we can kind of get into that. We'll come back to you, though, towards the end. Clumsy Fight Club, can you hear me? Can you speak?
Yeah, I can speak. I can hear you now. Can you able to hear me? Do you able to hear
Yeah,
me?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
First
also,
and foremost,
Clumsy,
thanks for the slot.
Clumsy, are you able to do this presentation in Taco Bell Spanish?
What? Say again?
What's He wants to know if you can do your whole presentation in Taco Bell Spanish. I don't know if you were here at the beginning of the show, but Leto said that he had to learn Taco Bell Spanish once.
It would be supreme if you did.
No, I can't. Sorry.
I can't either, so don't feel bad.
I can't pin anything to the top of the space, Hero. Did you block
Me
me?
neither. We're on block TCT. Don't worry.
No, I didn't even try to pin anything to the top. I'll try to see. It might be. You know how Twitter is, dude. Clumsy Fight Club. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into Cardano, and then we can talk about your project a little bit?
Hey, hello. Hi everyone. First of all, is GOG here. You guys can call me Gok. So I'm from Malaysia. I'm a Chinese from Malaysia. So why we come to Cardano, because I think we know little about Cardano, but we know its potential, for NFT, and it's new and there's a lot of space to grow. And we talk about our project right now. So our project is like you all know, it's a Clumsy Fight Club, and then we wanted to have a fight club where we hold all people together, and because we know all of us here, we are fighters of our own. We have our obstacles, difficulties every day. We have our own story to overcome. So yeah, that's about it. And you guys can, if you guys have any questions, please ask, and then
I mean,
I'll
Any
answer.
questions
that's
about
not a great pitch. I really still don't know anything about you or the project. Can you kind of tell me something about the project for me to ask a question? I don't know anything right now, as of right now.
Okay, our project is about strengthening everyone, body, mind, and soul. So about the art, organic shapes and colors, and we took a lot of inspiration from projects like Doodles, as well as Dead Fellas. So, like, for you guys which is new to us, please have a look at our Twitter account so that you guys will know more, and do feel free to follow us on Twitter, and so, as well as Discord. And we are minting next week, 28th of April, 9 p.m. UTC.
Okay, so other than selling the NFTs, what's the team doing? Like, I see the art. It looks very much based off of other NFT projects that I've seen, such as Doodles, and there's a couple other ones, kind of like you said. Tell me about the artist. Tell me, like, what are you doing? Why should I buy this project?
Okay, there's utility for the projects, and we believe in strengthening ourselves, body, mind, and soul. So the utility of this project is we would like to hold some real life event, like physical training sessions on the boxing ring, and training as well as yoga, meditations, and probably friendly sparring sessions. So we would like to bring everyone together. So in this real life event, people will get to know each other, and to have a good community. So that's what we have in mind.
Big Joe.
I think I heard something about like boxing events. So like if I'm not happy with the project and will the creators be there so I could box them in the ring and let out my frustrations?
No, definitely not. But we try to we try to to build this community, and of course, arts is the first one that we hope people will like it, and then to come into the community and come all together in the event. So yeah, we believe we have our obstacles, like I said earlier. Everyone would like to become better in life, to achieve their goals, and be where they want to be, and to the destinations. You see.
What previous blockchain experience does this team have? That's what I'd like to know.
We don't have. This is we came from. We are only a small team, and this is can be considered our first project.
Are you involved in any other cryptocurrencies at all, or is this just like, hey, let's build an NFT?
No, this is the first one. We started off from Cardano.
How long you've been involved in Cardano?
We are new. It started off to come into the space. Started to learn a bit of here and there, this and that. From last October.
What do you mean by this? I'm getting a lot of like answers that are very dodgy and not explaining anything to me. What do you mean by you came into the space and learned this and that? What programming ability does your team have to make this drop successful? How are you going to arrange a real life event with people that are all over the world? A lot of things that you're trying to do have a lot of complicated things involved, and I would like to know more about how the team plans on achieving these goals. And I still don't know anything about the team other than you came into crypto a little bit ago and did this and that.
Of course, for the real life event, we will have to see where our token holder is, and we will have the vote. See where they come from, and we will decide where we will host all this event. But of course, it's gonna be like in a quarter or maybe twice in a quarter to have those events.
So, yeah, I'm usually pretty critical about NFTs, but we need more information on this one. So you're so I guess you sell the NFT, and then those funds go where? Into your personal wallet?
No, of course, those funds will be reinvested into the projects. Because all those events we need money to make it happen. A lot of expenses and stuff like that, and trainings. As well as we were planning to have some modification talk online so people can participate. Our token holder can involve into it.
Right. So if you go and buy an NFT, you send an ADA. That NFT goes to my wallet. All that ADA goes to your wallet.
We are having some. We will reinvest. One of the plan is to reinvest into some stake pool. So, and our token holder will get a part of it in some percentage.
So
like that.
before all of that happened, who's custodying the ADA? Who's keeping the ADA and like doing the staking and all of that? Is that
Our
you
team
or
will
someone else on the team who?
Yeah, our team will keep it for the moment.
How
Yes.
are they doing that? Is that a public address or what is it? Where will
Look,
this ADA be held?
Yeah, look, we are a small team. Currently, we only have three of us, and of course, and we are new. we don't mind to
So
admit that.
you're trusting one of the person to hold the passphrase for the wallet? Like who's
Say again,
holding the
sorry.
passphrase? Who's holding the passphrase?
Ourselves will hold it. It's under the project wallet, and whatever we're
So
gonna spend.
you each have a copy of the passphrase?
Passphrase. Only me myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trust
sounds
and
good.
verify.
What'd you say?
Trust and verify.
Exactly.
We are verified.
I'll come back to some of my questions. Hero or TCT, unless you have more, we can go to hands.
Can you guys see the hands? There's maybe because I noticed maybe.
Go ahead, Blockjock. Go ahead.
Yeah, Blockjock has had his hand up like the whole time.
So we ran.
That wasn't
Thanks,
me,
Hero.
Black
I
Dog.
appreciate it. No, I know it wasn't. So we ran into this the other day with he was from Egypt, and so you're from Malaysia, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so English is your second language, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what we run into on occasion is it's difficult sometimes when we're asking questions. A lot of these are having to do with handling funds and things of that nature. It's because ultimately NFTs, and I'm not a huge NFT guy, but community is key. And that community needs to remain intact. And the way it remains intact is that there are protocols put into place, and we have more and more utility now are surrounding that, like Roundtable that ADAO has brought out with DZ and others who put this together. And it allows for a trustless wallet where you, in essence, I mean, you can have 3 to 5 to 7, I believe, different people as co-signers on the wallet to ensure that there is some security there, so that one person doesn't have the keys and then can just sell the NFTs and run off. And so that's why they're asking that. My main question is, or really, it's a statement having to do with body, mind, and mind, body, spirit. So when thinking in that vein, having to do with that, there is a great deal of a sense of empowerment and accomplishment when you work out and do things, you achieve certain things. Say you're in a dojo and you're getting different belts or whatever the case may be. Is that kind of along the lines of what you're thinking about for this project?
No, I thanks for telling me all that, and thanks for sharing. Of course, because like I said, the team is small, and we are looking to hire someone. We are welcome someone to come to join us and to advise us about all the things that you mentioned. And because you see, we are new, and of course, this space is evolving very fast every day. So yeah, we don't mind. We are looking for someone to join us and to have a big part on that aspect that you mentioned.
So this is more so kind of a learning experience for you, I think. So there are quite a few people in here that have run major projects and had some huge success and some struggles and have learned a lot along the way. And I think from that, if you just hang out here and listen to other projects give their promo on what they're doing, you will get a better understanding of what to do and what not to do in order to not make the mistakes that would sabotage your project. In essence, you would self-sabotage by not setting it up properly. And community is key, man. And without that trust, NFT projects go nowhere. The only thing that makes it a good project, art obviously is one, but community is the biggie. And you got to have security there, man. If you don't, you're bound for failure. So that's all I've got for you. Thanks, man.
Go ahead, Crypto King.
Hello, Crypto King here. Look, man, all I'm hearing from you is a lot of buzzwords and answers I really don't like. For example, when we ask for the team, You said we have a small team. I would prefer if you gave me the number of people in a team, the number of years in experience, the roles they've had, and whether they're doing it. You told us that you're going to be holding the key to the ADA, but bro, like, I see that you follow me, but I've never talked to you in a space, and I've been around a lot of spaces for a long time. So it makes me wonder, how much trust you really have in the community to be taking that approach of self custody of all that money. Maybe you could put it into escrow, maybe you could do other stuff, I don't know. But on top of that, I want to hear about not just the team, but the amount of money you've already put in, what you've already done, and what proportion of the amount of money you're asking for is constituted by what you already put in. So, can you answer those questions, please?
Basically, okay, I'm an artist. I'm the one that creating all those arts and those vectors. So what we have spent is on those promos, those giveaways, and paying all those CNFT promoters. As well as that, we do have some marketing expenses previously on putting some banners on those calendars, stuff like that. And other than that, it's purely efforts and time that I invested into the project.
Let me stop you right there. I don't want buzzwords, marketing, art, blah blah blah. I want hardcore numbers. I put $2,364.21 into this project. I did this particular marketing. We did these things for the marketing over.
I don't need to know exact dollar amounts, but I
And
think
I
that,
didn't ask for my
being that you're very new to this, I'm going to give you some advice. You need to work on, before you even launch, right? You need to work on what you're exactly building, getting a proper plan put together, being able to explain that to members who want to join your community. There's lots of people out there that love mixed martial arts and boxing, and I think, you may be onto something, but I think you need to slow down what you're doing. Maybe reach out to some projects who are already have launched or are in the process of doing, who are successful, well-known community members who can help you build your marketing, your project, so that on April 28th, when you go to mint, you don't mint 3, or 5 or 10.
Yeah, what you got to get to know people, right? You got to get to know people. You got to get people to know you, or else, yeah, nobody knows, and we just assume it's just a cash grab, right? You might want the money, or even are going to use it for something great, but nobody knows that, right? All we know is like somebody nobody's ever talked to is selling NFTs.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the advice. Yeah, I'm here. That is why we joined this. I joined this space and to know more people in the community and to be able to help our projects. So yeah, that is why we are here for.
Hamza, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to give advice for Clumsy about his drop. I first of all agree with all of you guys, everything you guys said. And one more thing I wanted to add, maybe as a project founder myself, I think sharing a roadmap or some sort of a vision, at least for the project, could really make things more clear for everyone. So yeah, that's maybe my only advice, along with everything everyone here said. Yeah, work on writing a vision, or at least like a roadmap. Yeah, and it would make things way easier.
Yeah, maybe not even necessarily like a roadmap, right? Just a project overview of what you're trying to achieve,
Exactly.
and then how you're going to achieve it, right? The process that you're going to follow. Let people understand what the team's going to do. You said about wanting to add somebody, right? Put that in there. We want to build the team. This is how we want to build the team. This is how we're going to build the team. Um, don't only, there's something that I learned a long time ago. When you're trying to teach new people about something, whether that's a project, right? You tell them what you're going to show them, or tell them what you're going to teach them, show them what you're going to teach them, and then talk about what you teach them, right? So it's a 3-step process. The first step is to show them what you're going to teach them, right? Or tell them what you're going to teach them. So you need to get that process down first, because I still don't know really overall what the project's about, other than boxing, and you want to have some real life events, which is really cool. But there should be an overall vision that you can pitch to everybody.
Yeah, maybe one more thing. If you want to explain something in Twitter Spaces, try to explain it in a simple way rather than going really technical. It makes things way easier because some people in Twitter Spaces, they really don't have the experience, the technical experience in Cardano and all of that. So explaining things in a simple way is really important in my opinion. So yeah, that's something you should maybe look into too.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
And you, I'm sure, like Juice, Big Joe, me, Riley, Blockjock, probably every speaker that's here, if you reach out to them, they would be more than welcome to, help you or answer any questions you have. Crypto, did you have a question?
I wanted to give some advice and touch on what Blockjock said. Even if English is your second language, you gotta think this isn't something you didn't plan to come here for. And the questions that we asked were pretty basic questions about a team, financing, work done. These are questions that not only should you assume you're gonna be asked, but you can ask other projects and they'll tell you they've been asked them. So you should honestly have sat down and had a very good answer to these questions read maybe on paper. And if English was a concern, you could have had English speaking person check that up prior to coming on the space. So even if the English was being problematic later on in the questions, we at least had a clear uh, view of the project and what you're doing. Because honestly, I'm still not quite sure what you were trying to do.
Hero will take one more comment and then wrap it up.
Yeah, let's Zart's Narf.
Go ahead,
Come on,
Zart.
it's not that bad of a name, is it?
No, it's just fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, idea-wise, if I could just like pitch an idea to you, Clumsy. Has anyone here ever heard of like Pull Together, like on Ethereum?
I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
Let
then
me
just
know what an Ethereum is. Just kidding. Go ahead.
it's a dodgy blockchain. Don't worry about it. But it's basically you could do something where essentially you mint these NFTs, right? And all the funds from the NFT go to this sort of like massive vault, and that vault is controlled by just a smart contract, right? So essentially, you'd go to your website and you'd actually sort of like put like users would actually sort of like put their NFTs in these sort of like staking vaults, and all the staking rewards. And it's kind of like, so Pull Together is kind of like a lossless lottery. But like when you so for the user, right, when they sort of put their NFT in this sort of vault, they have like, let's say, a 1 in 5 chance or 1 in 10 chance of whatever thing is of like getting the staking rewards, like the cumulative staking rewards of like the vault, a portion of the vaults like sent to the NFT, or like the wallet that transferred the NFT or something like that of that nature. Just something interesting that's like never been done before, like very rare, that sort of like gets eyeballs up. So because otherwise, I mean, the space is very saturated with just a lot of projects that just don't really stand out. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents, or 2 tokens, or 2 Lovelaces. Oh, also, last thing, shout out to Malu Pool. Oh, she just left. And Dean's Epoch.
Wait, you wanted to shout out her? Like, where's she at? She left. She never talks on my show. I'm mad at her. I'm gonna tell her
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
no, she's a fellow Australian, so I just figured
Oh,
like say hi.
Linda's amazing. I like to pick on her.
Two level Crypto King. We're gonna wrap up this segment. I see your hand, but you've spoken plenty today.
He's at
um,
his word limit, right? Is that what it is? He's at his word limit for the day.
re, re, re,
2,500
re,
words.
reset your quota for the next speaker. And Yeah. So thanks for coming, Clumsy. What I'm gonna just do a soft hammer and not do the call to action thing, just because the project feels a bit unsafe, and people know. And if you didn't know this before, this is not medical advice. Nothing you hear on the show means that we're working with any of these projects. Anybody can fill out a Google sheet, a Google form, as Cardano love Google Forms, to be on the show. Um, how you came up with this name? You can ask that in a minute, Crypto King. Right. So yeah. So anybody can come on the show, and we don't always know what they're gonna talk about. Sometimes we vet them, sometimes we don't vet them, but we will like to try to point out unusual risk when they come about. And I know NFT is risky already, but a lot of this project just has a lot of risks with it. So I like what Blackjack said about visiting lots of spaces and visiting other projects, talk about their plans and their thinking and their team and things like that. So if you can do that, um, and come back again and decide if you want to be a utility project or a PFP project, um, and give a more cohesive pitch, we'll have you have another chance. But we'll go ahead and wrap up the interview here and say thanks for coming, and thanks for the courage to even come up and speak up and talk about your project and answer questions and stuff. Feel free to stick around and participate in the banter in the next project. Um, and yeah, good luck. Crypto King, what are you saying about Zark Snaps? Oh, did he leave? Oh no, he's still here. Ask your
No, I'm
question.
still here.
Yeah, Zots, I want to ask you, how did you come up with that name?
uh, oh, it was like years ago. I think a couple of people were arguing, and like I was and I just sort of joined two words together, and I was like, oh, that sounds so stupid. I should use that. And then it's just been with me ever since. Just yeah, it's unique at least. I can always sign up, and if someone takes Zartanoff like as a handle, I've never seen it, but if someone does one day, I'd love to meet that person. But it's always been free, so yeah.
Neat. But what Epoch? Are you able to do the thing, or are you flying now?
He's flying. So if you just want to, well, let's talk. Let's let Big Joe talk, and then we'll do.
Yeah, yeah.
You can do the. I'm trying to get a hold of our next guest. I don't know if there was some confusion or what. So I'm just trying to get in contact with them to see if they're coming. So if you want to do the mid roll and then the Lido minute, and then we'll see what's going on after Big Joe
Sounds good.
does his talk.
Go ahead, Big Joe.
I want to tell Zart Smarsh. You should probably change your name to Smart Fart. Smart Fart has a better ring to it. It's easier to remember, and you could probably make like a project or app out of it after Smart Fart. Just take it into consideration.
No, I've heard that one. I've heard like, oh, Zart fart. What about Zart fart? I'm like, okay, guys, go
There we go. There we go. Meet me in the middle.
I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
You had your hand up, Zart.
Oh yes. I wanted to actually ask. I don't know if anyone from the Liquid Finance team is around, so I'm not sure if I can ask him a question.
I don't know that there's anybody here from Liquid. At this
I've
current.
never seen anybody on here.
Oh, you have. You just don't know it. That's all.
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah.
that's fine
I
either
guess I
way.
only know two people at Liquid. But
No,
the
that.
more and more R talks about Plutonomicon, and more I feel like he's now on the Liquid team too.
I think he should be part of the Liquid. We should lobby Liquid to hire R and pay him a
Stop.
shit ton of ADA.
They try. They're not taking R. He's my buddy. I need him.
Oh, I would love to work for like DC because like as a fellow African, I just see what he's doing there, and I just think it's so great for the space. Like, just yeah. Um,
M Labs would
yeah,
love to
no,
have him.
yeah. My question was just in regards to like getting the token prices for like I guess to anyone just in general sort of building on Cardano. Um, what's the sort of like go to like if you're looking for like on chain like because I think I've watched a couple of interviews and a couple of founders sort of expressed sort of like waiting for the Dex war to sort of settle down before sort of getting like because at the moment like Cardano doesn't really have like an official oracle. So I guess what's the sort of go to with getting like pricing like token pricing and sort of just asset pricing, like is it sort of like do you is it sort of like an aggregation of like multiple like on-chain sources from like various dexes or so what's the sort of like go to? That would be my question.
That's a great topic, and that's an excellent banter. If we don't get the speaker up here, and I hope Emmanuel comes up and talk about what DC Spark is doing in that area, or I can butcher it if he doesn't come up. But there's a couple answers to that I am
Listen,
aware
you
of.
want to know how to get you want to know how to get Emmanuel up here. Listen, this is how you do it. Listen, DC Spark has no idea. They just make things up as they go along. They're really bad. Like I don't know what they're doing over there. No, I'm kidding. I love DC Spark. I'm really
The
joking.
Great Migration. What does that mean? Is it elk? Is it buffalo? What is it?
See, look,
But
it worked.
anyways,
It worked.
it worked. Hey, I'll do the middle real quick, and then Emmanuel can lead the conversation on this Oracle, the Oracle solutions in the space right now. So what? A little past, what? 2 minutes past the 7 minutes past the halfway mark for the show. Now it's a good time to read through your coffee cup, stretch, look away from your screen across the room, so you don't have to wear glasses when you're 32. And while you're sitting back down, go ahead and retweet the space. Put in your favorite quote. Emmanuel is about to drop some alpha on Oracle, on price feeds, whatever quote you can come up with. And if you're new to Cardano and you have some ADA recently and you still have it sitting where you bought it, go ahead and move that ADA. Go ahead and create a Cardano wallet and then move that ADA into your wallet. There's lots of options for wallets, Nami, Flint, Eternal, or CC Vault, or Eternal. What are they called now? Right? Lots of
Eternal.
options. Lots of options to choose from. There's Yoroi, there's Daedalus. And once you've done that, you can stake your ADA, right? Your ADA stay within your own custody the entire time. You don't get to be dependent on any centralized service. And you can spend it whenever you want. But while you're thinking about how to spend your ADA, it can be staked to a pool. If you don't know what any of that means, we're not able to pin today. So check out lightdonation.com. Put in the search box for staking, and an article will come up. Yeah, thanks. Welcome. Thanks for coming to Cardano. We're glad you're here. We'll just roll right into the Lighter Minute. This is your Lighter Minute on Cardano Over Coffee. Voting in Project Catalyst starts in 2 days at 11 a.m. UTC. So be sure you have your QR codes and your voting pin, and update the voting app and participate in voting. We at Lighter Nation is building a tool to help you research the different proposals and challenges that are being proposed for funding and for Fund 9. So you would be able to use your desktop and quickly look at proposals in models and things like that and see who the proposals are, their past history, get a report card of these people who are submitting proposals, and be able to build your list of proposals you want to vote yes for and proposals you want to vote no for. And then that way, once you've done your research, you can just whip out your app and just go hunt those proposals down and cast your vote. The update to that will be coming to the site before voting officially starts. I am putting on the finishing touches right now. My name is Darlington, your favorite co-dreamer at Lighter Nation. LighterNation.com provide hype-free education in plain English, Swahili, and Spanish in written and audio formats. And that's your Lido Minute.
And he reached his word limit for the day, so that'll be the end for Lido. What's up, Emmanuel?
Right, I see a hand up, but if you're not going to talk about Oracle, we'll have Emmanuel go first.
I'm going to have Emmanuel go first.
Yeah, here,
just
I'm trying
because
to
I
fight
called
with
him
you
out.
right now. I'm trying to fight with you right now, all right? All right, step outside, bro. Step outside, bro. All right? On God, I'm like, bro, you got me tight right now. Like, bro, step outside. All right, meet me outside. What's good, everyone? Hi,
Catch
everyone.
me outside. How about that?
How about that? Yeah, so good question the other dude asked, and I'm going to try offer some insights on two fronts, and they're all catalyst based, and their efforts that DC Spark is trying to undertake to kind of solve it. So yeah, like you mentioned, like currently with price feeds, we kind of have to depend on off-chain centralized sources that come from, like, say, the dApps we use, like maybe Muesli Swap or like maybe Mint Swap, or whatever product is out there these days. So that's not the ideal way. And yes, we don't have any active oracles running. So we actually have put out a Catalyst proposal to build self-hosted price feeds. So what does this mean, especially for wallets? So what does this mean? So essentially, we'll be using like certain pieces of tech from like the Uro project to basically parse on-chain data. So to constantly look at on-chain data and then kind of put that together to like provide like the current feeds for like maybe mint token or like maybe milk token or that kind of thing. So from your wallet, you can basically scan the chain and see what is actually going on chain to derive, like, say, the price system. And then from there, that data can be used to feed into whatever future Oracle and indexer protocols can happen. So in other words, instead of you trusting like these centralized off-chain sources, you can now trust your own on-chain source through your wallet. So I'm going to share to the top that proposal. You guys can read more into that. But once we have that, you're going to see some real decentralization in just how you experience price feeds. Coming to the top in 3, 2. Wait, why can't I share it?
Twitter's
Wait.
fucked today. I can't. No one
We're
can
all
share anything.
excommunicated.
Oh,
That's what Hero. That's Hero's
man.
excuse. Hero's excuse right there. He
Yeah.
actually just excommunicated all of us.
That's such a rug pull right now. I just felt so rug pulled right now. Yeah, I'm gonna retweet it. Everyone, look at my latest retweet. Just hit my page, look at my latest retweet. For more information on self-hosted price feeds for wallets. So this is something we're looking to build, and it's a proposal in Catalyst. So if you open the voting app, just use the keyword price feed or like maybe self-hosted price feed, and give it a vote if you want to decentralize how you view the prices of your various tokens. So that's option A. Option B is bringing in the Graph protocol into a Cardano ecosystem through Milkmeter. So to anyone who doesn't know, the Graph protocol is an indexing system that basically scans like the blockchain, say it scans the Ethereum blockchain to like, perform high level analytics on. So you're able to like, really manage data between, say, IPFS and on-chain stuff. It's not entirely like how Chainlink works, but basically indexes. So it indexes the chain, kind of creates like a bookshelf of like different records. So, if you want to know maybe what's happening for these tokens, you can just say, oh, tokens, and then go say tokens that start with the letter A, and then go say tokens that start with the letter A that got launched in this time period, something like that. So it basically indexes the entire chain or a good amount of chain data to allow for easy access. And this is something that the Ethereum network benefits a lot. OpenSea, a lot of huge DApp platforms all use the Graph, essentially. So what we're hoping to do is take the Graph's technology and bring that from Ethereum to Cardano using Milkmeter. So we have a proposal for that as well. All right, that we don't have a tweet out, but then, yeah.
Oh no, I was gonna say, yeah, I saw both of those. I still am sort of just I'm wondering if you can go into a bit more specifics in regards to the first option. Like, will you sort of like aggregate from like multiple dexes? Because I just sort of like wonder with the whole min swap debacle, they had to actually move to a different smart contract. So I don't know if that like would actually sort of like at least with the way sort of like like on-chain pricing data sort of like gotten from directly from smart contracts. I don't know if that would have affected, like if say like MinSwap was one of the aggregations of sort of like trying to sort of like average out the pricing of a token or an asset.
Right. So essentially, you'd be setting up price feed node, which is constantly looking at the chain for like certain contracts, much like you said, like MinSwap contracts or MusieSwap contracts, and is looking at, okay, for example, on MusieSwap, you can see what the average sell rate of a given token is. This is data that can all be parsed and then stored and then aggregated. So that's essentially how this will be running. So it's not directly, how do I put it?
Like it's not reliant on the smart contract, like on the address, I should say, or like
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
On
That's brilliant.
activity.
That is brilliant. If I can just say, because that's like the one issue, because I sort of because then it would because I was thinking like you'd have to wait till like you'd have to wait till like the Dex wars like sort of finished, because not to pee on Sunday Swap's grave, but the liquidity is quite low there at the moment. It seems to be like MinSwap and Wing Riders seem to be on top. So so I was sort of thinking if like you build something sort of like waiting for the pricing of Sunday Swap, getting the pricing directly from Sunday Swap, that might be an issue. But from what you're describing though, it's a lot more flexible. Like you aren't just completely screwed if for example they move to a different like contract. Like they
exactly. Yeah. And we also hope to actually test some integrations with some dexes once we've already got like that base protocol set up. So it definitely gets interesting from that. But then a lot of the tech is really based on URA. And to who doesn't know, URA is like, a really, from the feedback, I haven't directly interacted with URA, but from the feedback I've gotten from like, people who are actively like, interacting with the chain, URA really does justice to like how to like manage data and just information on the blockchain for Cardano compared to like, say, the standard we have with like DB Sync and the others.
Aura is my new bread pudding.
Listen, I need to stop everything for a moment. He said he didn't want to pee on their grave.
Yeah, yellow.
Yeah,
Sunday.
he slipped that right in.
Like smooth as shit too. Like,
should we have R jump in here?
Yeah, I think I'm complete. If Snuff is
sorry.
No,
I had been laughing since he said it. I was like, did everybody?
Does R have to pee? Hold on.
No, thank you for the answer, Emmanuel. That actually really clears up a lot of things, because I'm actually I'm building on Cardano at the moment, and that was like one of my pressing issues. And it's so like getting your head wrapped around like functional programming coming from the imperative world is such a difference.
So I was just gonna kind of jump in, and I think that it's interesting having these price feeds based on the on-chain data, and I'm hoping that there's never any issues that arise from that. I know that in EVM-based systems, there's been a lot of issues with using oracles derived from on-chain data, especially when it comes to like flash loan-based attacks. That type of stuff can really come out badly, but we'll see what happens around all of that, and I think that having systems like Oracle pools will allow for us to have pretty resilient on-chain data feeds for smart contracts regardless. But originally the reason I raised my hand was actually to ask Lido if during the Lido Minute, him telling people to take their money off of exchanges and stake it is financial advice, because I've never really thought about it, but then this morning it kind of popped into my head. Lido, have you been giving us all financial advice like every morning?
So I will say, when it comes specifically to staking, if you already hold ADA, you should stake it. That is not medical advice, that is financial advice. If you already hold ADA and you're not staking it, you are the silliest person I know.
I'm going to be Lido's lawyer, and I'm going to say my clients will simply pass on operational security tips. Okay? Securing your crypto in your private wallet is the safest thing you can do for your crypto, Your Honor. Case closed.
That's genius, Emmanuel.
But I don't know how to do that, Emmanuel.
Well, for only $9.99 a month, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel where I can show you how to do this.
Paid subscription group on how to be more secure with your crypto. I like it. Go ahead. Crypto King, you can go first, and then Zart, you can go. But I wanted to ask you, Zart. You had said you can answer this when it's your turn. You had said you're building on Cardano. I'd like to hear what you're building and what your experience is so far. But let Crypto King go first, please.
Yeah, I just want to ask, concerning what R said, if it takes the on-chain feed a little while to catch up to the off-chain feed, if somebody made like a flash known bot to take advantage of that, does that make them, unwelcome in the community?
I think definitely people that do malicious things are going to be unwelcome in the community, but I also think that there's very limited room for things like flash loans in Cardano. I think that they'll probably end up existing, but they'll have to be relatively innovative and based off of some type of primitive credit score type thing, because in Cardano, there's not really any way for us to go use the money in a smart contract, for example, to swap in a single block, just because of the way that the system is set up, right? So it's like the whole idea with a flash loan is that it's both borrowed and paid back in the same block.
I always thought that flash loans have been a great vector of attack for most DeFi projects or most projects.
Yeah,
I
but
thought you were
it's
gonna say predatory, but carry on.
well, yeah, it's definitely like they can be used as an attack methodology for a lot of things, but I would say that they are not built into a lot of things. It's like just their availability within the EVM ecosystem and the account-based ecosystem in general. Um, the fact that you have flash loans readily available definitely is an issue for a lot of different architectures that projects have decided to take.
Gotcha. TCT, I invited you to co-host so that we can get more speakers. So please accept. I don't care if you talk or not. Sorry, you reached your limit for the day. Yay! Thank you, Zart. Go ahead, and then Crypto. Did you have something to follow up with, and then Zart?
Yeah, it's real quick. Like, that change in price.
Sorry, you've reached your limit for the day. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So that price feed thing. Isn't that just arbitrage? Like, is that something we feel bad about, or is that something that is acceptable?
Arbitrage is fine. There's a difference between arbitrage and exploits. I think
Well,
one
you
thing,
have to have arbitrage, right? You
yeah,
might
yeah,
not.
yeah.
No.
Arbitrage is a good thing. Arbitrage is a good thing. And anyone who's doing arbitrage should be not judged for it, for sure. If
Yeah,
it's just
but
standard arbitrage.
would it be arbitrage if the Oracle price feed is lagging and you just kind of make it match?
That's your Oracle problem. So I put that on your protocol. Zart, go ahead, please.
Yeah. I was gonna say with cause just picking up from what Riley was saying, just in regards to like flash loans, um, it's the most like crypto thing I can. If I could just take a second to digress, it's the most crypto thing I can sort of like imagine. Like imagine explaining that to like a family member, and it's almost like you're a gambling addict. It's like, no, you can borrow like 10 million in this. You just have to do it in this one block, and it's just like. It's not the real crypto sort of like has use case scenarios sort of like flash loans. Sorry, it's just a bit of a tangent.
No,
What
it's
was the
all
question
good.
again, Hirapool?
The more you talk, the more smart fart is sounding like a better way to go for your name. I'm just saying.
I'll take it. Why not?
So you had mentioned earlier that you were building on Cardano. Is it relatively new? Because I don't think I've seen you around before, and I've been,
No. Yeah, no, it's brand new. It was actually so I looked around the sort of like DeFi scape, and I sort of looked. I wanted to get a crypto, so I wanted to get a crypto back loan without any risk of liquidation or paying interest payments, repayments, and there was none. So I figured I'd just build one. Um, and yeah, that's kind of it. I'm terrible at like self-advertising, so and I saw like how you guys like it's super nascent. So we're just going so we're like a team of three from like Adelaide, Australia, and it's just sort of like me and sort of getting a couple of my freelance programmer friends together, and
Did
it's
you
just sort of
just
like this
use a
crazy.
buzzword? No, I'm
Which
kidding.
one? Oh
Carry
yeah,
on.
I
Carry on.
know. It's so bad. Yeah. But yeah, it's super nascent, so I don't even think it's like worth sort of like
No,
cool.
I was just wondering because like I'm always curious when new people are coming over to Cardano and build. Why Cardano? I don't really need to know so much about the project. Just kind of why'd you pick functional programming? Right? You said it's a bitch to learn. Why'd you come here?
Oh, easy. Well, if you look at the benefits of because functional programming isn't really used for like a lot of commercial sort of like programs and software, right? It's like it's very high assurance code, so it's code that's like mission critical. So you find like functional programming, and this is sort of like just the like learning off it. You find it being used in things like aerospace engineering, the aerospace industry, or just things where it's just like super critical that you don't have any of these sort of like bugs or like unexplained behavior, and then it's just kind of like it's obviously you can still like write, you can still have bugs in your program, of course, but if you if you program if you use something like Haskell, for example, it just goes down severely a lot less. So just for like applications like blockchain, it's just one of those things where it's just oh sorry, Riley, you've got your hands up. It's pretty much done anyway.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna like add to that. I think that like a big part of it is it's definitely not something where you can't write bugs in functional programming, but you can explain bugs and there's repeatability, right? I think that's the big thing is
Exactly.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
in a lot of code bases, especially if you're writing something that in like JavaScript, you end up with bugs where like it'll appear sometimes and not other times, and you can't figure out even why it's appearing, right? And like
I was just yeah.
yeah.
So
Sorry, no,
I
that's an excellent point. I was just about to add on to that. Like those are the most the frustrating ones where your program runs as intended, like at one like after compiling it once, and then during runtime it's fine, and then if you recompile it, something just those ones that you just can't explain, and that's such a huge thing. So that's why it's sort of like I mean Cardano is just if you want to talk about the reason to build on Cardano, it's like the most provably secure proof of stake blockchain. When you look at the staking mechanism, the fact that you don't have custodial, like it's not being sent to somewhere where the person running the node can lose the keys, or they can just run away with the money. Also, you're just at the very precipice of this sort of like blossoming ecosystem, and that's something I think a lot of people don't really understand or appreciate. I mean, the fact is, you've got this. We can go into the Haskell debate, Haskell versus functional versus imperative, blah blah blah. That's all fine, but it's almost like ETH. I was going to say 2.0, but that's already taken by the Geo. But it's almost like the like when ETH sort of began, because when you compare ETH to Cardano, the ecosystems, you're comparing like a 5+ years of like development compared to like what smart contracts were only just really officially sort of released like last year, like end of last year, and not everything's there. Like the tooling is still rough. Like like in a lot of ways, we're pioneers in this space. So so
I
it's tough. It is tough,
off
but I'll go.
off of that point, right? I just wanted to say real quick, me and Epoch talk a lot through DMs, and I tell him all the time, I got such a 2016, 2017 Ethereum feel going on right now with Cardano.
No, 100%, 100%. You're seeing these protocols come in live, and the really remarkable things is you're not just seeing a copy and paste of like, oh, what the Aave is, the compound. Like you're really seeing true innovation that can only be done on an extended UTXO model. And in like, I mean, Cardano is basically just Bitcoin, what it should have been if Satoshi could take it to the next level. And it feels crazy when I'm just this sort of like, I'm so bullish on it. And then I look at like the Reddit, the Twitters, and I'm just like, what are these people like? It's almost like we're looking at a different blockchain. Like, and I don't want to sound like harsh or anything, but like, give me your money because you just don't deserve to hold any crypto. Like, if you can't, if you're waiting, I hope the merge comes through. I hope not to take any jabs because I really do. I do appreciate Ethereum. I like what it's done, but I think there is a lot of fundamental issues like with Ethereum, like when it comes to just the custodial staking, the proofing from the switching from proof of work to proof of stake. I mean, my God, we haven't even talked about all the side chains that are connected and rely on the consensus mechanism
Or the
of
miners who may not
they'll hard fork. Easily, they're gonna revolt. They're not gonna go into the night like, oh, it's all fine. You've taken our source of income that we've made millions off of. We're just gonna, it's right. We'll move on to something else. We'll move on to like what's it called, Ergo. Like, we love Ergo. Like, no, come on, that's not gonna happen. They're gonna hard fork, and there's gonna be an Ethereum classic. But yeah. Anyway, I'm getting too too aggressive here.
No, it's you're preaching to a lot of the choir, right? I mean, everybody here.
I can listen to him speak like all day.
So,
Yeah,
or go ahead, and then I do have one more question that I want to ask you, Zart, as being someone who's new and building in the Cardano community.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just going to jump in really quick since you said I could hear it before you ask him that question. It's more of a comment than anything. Zart, you should definitely feel free to come hop into the ADAO community Discord. We're a bunch of builders and just people in the community that are interested in making the community a better place for the community, and specifically for DAOs. So, I mean,
Yeah, I'd love that.
yeah.
So ADAO, is it on your profile? I'll hop in now.
Yeah. There's a Discord connected to the ADAO community profile, which is in my profile, and also you can see the ADAO.io is in my profile, and you can reach it through there. But definitely, there's a lot of good resources there. Sorry, here.
Hey R, don't forget the ADAO should make their payment to money sign Hero Pool for recruitment. Yeah.
And Hero,
Well, if
you can make donations to money sign ADAO.
So that they can pay money sign Hero Pool. No, I'm kidding. Zart, what have you found? What do we need to do for new builders coming into this ecosystem that you're just like, fuck, I wish I had this right now. I need this. What's that one thing that we should be working on, in your opinion?
There's a couple of, a lot of it is just the fact that Cardano is so early, but I would just kill Yoroi, just please, because like it's the first thing a lot of people see, and then they just get this terrible experience, and it really just it sullies like. So that was the one thing that really came up, like just flashing red lights, and just kill Yoroi. Whatever you do moving forward, just kill that thing. Because Nami Wallet, Flynn, we have a lot of options. That's the thing. Like, there's no need to just carry this corpse around. Like, oh, you're right. Like, no, it's over. Like,
Oh my
it's
god.
over.
Zot. So I'm holding myself back a lot to not say something, but hope is on the way. Trust me. I have seen it. It's on my phone, and it's exciting, and I'm not going to say anything else after that.
You're probably not allowed, so shut your pie hole, Emmanuel. I love you.
Thank God. I knew someone would do something. It was just like the most, like, it was almost like going to the doctors and you've got this clear, massive cancerous lump in your neck, and you never talk about that. You just talk about, like, oh, your diet could improve. And it's like, no, just get rid of that. Solve that first, please.
I fucking love Aussies. Oh, you guys. Where's Darth and Linda? I need you up here to have like a three-way conversation. Damn it. So, Emergo, who builds Yoroi, has been promising us something for a while now. So I'm hoping that little tidbit that Emmanuel just dropped is that, because that shit should have been dead 2 years ago, not now.
Yeah, I think Emergo, a lot of the and not to slight the developers working on Yoroi at the moment, but I think a lot of the talent from Emergo moved over to DC Sparks, I believe.
Absolutely.
So,
in fact, they took all their talent. Sorry, Emergo.
Yeah, I feel bad saying, yeah.
Go ahead, Wolves.
Yeah, this has been super interesting to listen to. I had a question that is not as technical as everything that's been discussed, but it's a pain point that we're currently looking at on our side, and maybe someone who's super smart and technical can advise us on when we can expect something. So you know that a smart contract controlled wallet is different to a normal wallet in how it functions. If it receives funds, the funds need to be sent with hash, otherwise the funds, the ADA sent to that wallet is locked. And so something that I'm passionate about all of a sudden, because it's a block that we've hit, is I'm surprised that royalty payments from places like JPEG Store or CNFT.io can't or don't currently send hash with the payment. So if you had to automatically want to receive, let's say you wanted to do something trustless for charity, and there was a charity wallet or something that was smart contract controlled, you can't receive payments to that wallet from from royalties from your NFTs because it won't be sent with hash, so the funds won't be unlockable. So is that something that anyone's looking at, or that either those platforms maybe it's on their radar? As it stands, it just seems like something that we should always include with payments. There's a lot of smart contracts and smart contract controlled wallets, and it's just weird that we can't like automatically send ADA to them without encountering potentially locked funds, which is strange for me. I guess something maybe an oversight or maybe something in progress. I don't know.
Right. So this is an issue I brought up about 6 months ago. Now, how long is that since the Alonzo hard fork, and maybe even before? And the solution which I've derived, I've still not been able to speak to someone like say Lars, who has an intricate understanding of the native scripting landscape, or maybe Paulina V. She's also one of the research and dev people down at IOG. But it would my ideal solution will involve some ledger changes that would also affect the fee system. But there is so on the top level, no, because native assets are more data than logic. So all the fanciness you can get out of say an ERC20 on ERC 721 base token, you do not get in a native asset because it's complete data and doesn't have any next level expressiveness to that. However, if you can preset certain rules around certain asset movements, and you can set those rules within your minting process, and I'm not talking about metadata, because metadata is data that the chain in a way doesn't use. Like metadata is not for the chain, it's for you, the end user. So these changes you're going to make are changes you need to implement in the native script engine, which is very different from the Plutus engine as well. So I just haven't got to speak with the people who actually build this stuff to say, hey, is this feasible? If so, do we make a freaking CIP for that? I have to run it by my team. They're the geniuses.
Yeah, we're working with I'd love to chat to you further about it because we would like to be part of a CIP for that as well. Our Cardano developers is pulling out hairs, and we're essentially forced to go the custodial wallet route with a multi-sig to pay into the smart contract so that we can include that hash. And it just takes the whole trustless element and on-chain element out of it because now it requires us, which is not ideal. So yeah, I'd love to chat to you separately. We want to push for a CIP on that and just see what the community thinks about it and if we can get enough minds thinking about that. I know it's not a priority problem, but like you said, you brought it up a while ago. We're encountering it now. And what's that?
It's a priority in my mind personally. I think it's and I'm sorry, maybe I stepped away for a second, but it sounds like you're talking about some of the standards with regards to making sure that there's hashes within UTXOs for contracts.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's really important. I know that with the CDA at least, so if you look at the MinSwap open source code, inside of the datum for batching, if you send something to their batcher, it's basically got a optional datum hash that you can attach so that it makes it so it'll have that datum hash attached to the datum in the address if you put that there, and that's how they handle it, right? And that's sort of the composability standard that they're trying to set within the CDA. I tried to talk to Patrick Tobler about this for NFT Maker, and he doesn't like me, so I don't know. Maybe someone else should talk to him about that, and he'll be more receptive. But that sort of thing, I think it is really important, and it should be one of our top priorities.
Yeah, we work closely with Patrick, and our Cardano dev on our team is behind NFT Maker and is also working with CNFT.io and JPEG Store, so it's kind of connected and kind of is in the same mind. This should be something that is standard. This should be something it's just surprising that we're still talking about. So, if there are some minds in the script that would love to push for a CIP on this, I'd love to collaborate. We're busy writing something up now, but we'd love to include more people. I don't think it should come from just one voice. It would be nice to loop in a few of you guys, smart minds, to join us on that. It'd be great.
Hopefully, royalties too could be added to that. I think that it would be really easy just to add one more field, an optional datum hash field inside royalties. That's all you'd have to do, and it would make it so that this would work.
Yeah, absolutely. Our whole project is built around royalties, so we are definitely, that's a huge priority for us.
So I just wanted to say hi, Wolves. It's been a while since we chatted. Good to see you.
Hey man, it's cool to see you too, dude. It's nice when I can join. Sometimes the conversations get so technical that I try to learn and keep quiet and I don't jump up the speaker. But every now and then you guys chat on something that I can ask a question or I can engage, and that's nice. It's nice to see you guys.
Is that Bob Peace?
Bob Peace in the house.
Bob Peace sighting. Someone
The
called
Bob Peace.
TMZ. Yeah.
Emmanuel, thanks for coming up and defending DC Spark from my lies and rhetoric.
Yeah, bro. Next time I get you, bro, it's on site, bro. On site, bro.
Yo, meet me outside. How about that?
How about that?
Meet me outside. Meet me outside. So, Emmanuel, what
Round
is
the
the
outside.
app that's on your phone again?
Around the outside. On the outside.
Nice try, Lido. Nice
Wick, wick,
try.
wah. Wick, 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 wah.
Zart, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys, since you're a lot more familiar with the space, why do you guys think Cardano doesn't get this sort of like a lot of hatred or just gets ignored or just a lot of skepticism?
Because it's been the in thing to do since 2017, since I've been around. Like, it's just been the in thing to do. That's all.
I think Einstein said it best. Haters gon' hate.
Yeah, and
I thought
like
that
the
was
next
Jesus.
person,
Wasn't that Jesus that said that?
No, that was Gandhi.
George Washington in the State of the Union address. Run guns, fuck the law, hit the pussy raw, don't pay taxes, fuck Cardano.
No, who muted that? No, it wasn't me. What? Stop it. Fuck
Is it
Charles
because he
Hoskinson.
said
That's why.
pussy? That's what it was, Hero.
I think that's probably it. Like it makes the fuck Cardano not sound wrong.
Epoch, I don't want to hear your airplane, sir.
Don't make me have to step in. You guys lasted almost 2 hours. Jesus.
Does he have like a sea of Bitcoin miners whirring behind him?
I think so.
No, he's
Where
on
he
an
says,
airplane. He's on an airplane flying to New York from Colorado right now. He's doing Epoch things.
Sure, Hero. Make
So that means
excuses for him.
we're gonna have a drunk Epoch tonight in Spaces.
Yeah, watch out.
wow.
There might be a totally drunk Epoch.
Ready your mute button for 4 and 5 letter words.
Listen, there has been some crazy drunk Epoch Twitter spaces in the past. I wish they were recorded, but they are only a memory now.
Well, you're gonna have to record this one because I'm gonna be at a Padre game tonight live. So I really would love to hear that.
How else would you be at the Padres game? Dead?
Yo, Epoch. If Epoch is around in New York through till the weekend, like specifically Sunday, like dude, come through to the Cardano meetup. Like DM me. Come through.
I'm not. I think he usually flies back by Fridays, but he'll reach out to you. So I know most people here don't believe in magic lines, and but we just broke a supply line, or I'm sorry, yeah, a demand line, and we're going up. So there's that. Go ahead, Art.
Yeah, I think at least for the low time frame stuff, I would agree. We're gonna see some upward movement, and I mean, I don't know. I just follow this one guy. He's not done me wrong so far. But if you look at ever since 2015, there's only ever been 13 times where we've had 3 or more red weeks, and 10 of those 13, the fourth week was green. And I mean, we've had 3 red weeks, and this is our fourth, so there's a 10 to 3 chance that this is going to be a green week if you look at those odds. But regardless of that, I'm gonna be driving across from Texas after the Houston meetup on the 23rd. I'm gonna be driving to Florida, and that's where I'm gonna be staying. And if anybody is between here and there and wants
Hey,
to grab a coffee, maybe have Cardano over coffee
hey,
and have coffee, that would be great.
hey, June 4th. Did TCT tell you?
June 4th. What's June 4th?
I will
Yeah, what's June 4th?
June 4th. I will be in Orlando. Free for the day
You guys didn't tell me about this. I need to book a flight right now.
because
Yeah,
I'm going to Universal Studios for a few days right after that. But I believe that I'm free on the 4th, and I told TCT I want to go
you can
fishing.
go to Universal Studios and go fishing.
I want to go fishing on the 4th. Truthfully, I could care less about Universal Studios. I'll just sell my ticket to there and go fishing the whole time. I don't care.
Say
So
hi to
Lido
Santa
will
while you're out
be
there.
in Florida on June 4th. Maybe I may not be fishing with Hero and TCT.
We're gonna have to rent a boat, man. TCT, you got an airboat that'll fit all of us?
Come on now.
He's dropping yachts.
Consensus is shortly after that too. I don't know if anyone here is going to be making it to consensus. I'm going to have to fly back to Texas. I'm going to drive to Florida, fly back to Texas, to go to Austin and be there at consensus because I told Charles I'd be there, and so we have to make it. And I think as many people as we can get from Cardano should be there, and we should really represent since it's not like just a Cardano event.
Is consensus going to have a mermaid tank? Because that's if it's a mermaid tank, I'm there.
One of my cousin is married to one of a very well known doctor down there in Austin, Texas, and I need to fly down and come to consensus, but I just don't know that I'm going to make it happen.
All I know is I can both fish and go to Austin, Texas. So
You want
gotta
to
pick one.
Texas too, like you want to catch a 10-pound bass. Texas and Florida is the place to go. That's where it's at. Lido. Bob Peace, my man, he just dropped an album. Check it out, bobpeace.io. Go ahead, Bob.
Yo, I just wanted to say what's up to you guys, Big Joe, Lido, Epoch. Good to see y'all.
It's good to hear your voice, man. Good to hear your voice. Hope all's well.
Yeah, peace. I gotta get back into LA and do an adult trip. Last time I was there with my daughter, so didn't really didn't really get to party with the Cardano folks. But I wanna come back.
Yeah,
Lido.
it'd be good to see you for sure.
Yeah, Lido, hit me up if you come to LA. I'll take care of you.
Oh my God, it's gonna be like what's the name of that movie? The three movies with Tyson. Oh, Hangover, but only worse. Go ahead, Block Jock.
Yeah, if Lido goes and hangs out with Big Joe, I want to see pictures and video of that because he's going to be tossed. Hey, so just a little bit on freeloaders. We are for all newbies that are out there that are looking to get into a project at the promotional level, the entry level. We are doing 10 positions for freeloaders promotional team, and it will pay in FLZ token, which is our governance token for freeloaders. Every epic, 100 FLZ token per epic. So if interested, please DM me and we can get you started on a path of working in the Cardano ecosystem. It'll be awesome.
And freeloaders can send their advertisement money right to Money Sign Hero Pool. Money Sign Pool.
Oh, done.
I
You
can't.
know I'm buying you dinner, right? I mean, a dinner and a mud bath with me and Lido. We're going to go to a mud spa. So there's that. Mineral spa.
That would be great. We're carpooling that for the October conference, Red Bloom. So
Your DMs
gives you a nice.
Your DMs are not open, but I will.
Mine are not open on block.
Mine is.
Mine are.
Delta, who you speaking to? Call them out.
Blackjack, because I just went there and I clicked and the little envelope did not pop up.
Oh, you got to friend me first. That's probably the only reason, because my
That's what he
DMs are always
means,
open.
That's
Blackjack.
what he
The
means. You
DMs
should
are
have
not
open
open,
DMs. Why would you not
Grandpa.
have open DMs, man? That's rough.
You got to friend me
Yeah,
first, friend.
no,
Give
that's
give.
not what open
That's how
DMs
Grandpa,
means, though.
Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa Blackjack. That is not what
Yes.
open DM means.
Hey there,
Open
young
DMs mean.
whippersnapper. You better show respect to the OG crypto.
Hey! He's
Back in
got his
my
own
day, we
shit
used
though.
to
Knock it
send our
off.
funds to an address and hope we got some staking rewards back.
I'm pretty sure
Hey,
Blockchalk blocked me on Discord at some point.
Back in my day, all coins were proof of work, young mister.
Yeah,
oh my god.
you had to show
Oh,
that you weren't a scam. NFTs, more like Bitcoin and Bitcoin only. I'm Michael Saylor. This is my TED Talk. Goodbye.
freaking love you guys. So there is a way of having. I don't know if I want a DM open unless you're my friend. So I'm just gonna put it out
Me,
there.
man. What if I was new and you come in here shilling your shit and I was like, oh, I need to ask him a question.
Blackjack, it's Delta, man, so you know who it is.
But
Hey,
Oh, okay.
it's
so
almost
it's
just like
Yeah.
if you say that your DMs are open, they gotta be open. It's
right.
not even
Don't say
about
that
like
anymore.
yeah.
That
Just
makes sense. I
if
mean,
someone
okay,
asks,
my
yeah,
DM.
just don't say your DMs are open. Just
Right. So currently, if you friend me, my DM will then be open to you. The doorbell will work.
You're triggering everyone here.
I already clicked follow. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Help me. I can't get up. I've fallen. Oh, God.
yeah. I think you have to follow them back, Blockchalk.
Listen. All these old people jokes need to come to an abrupt end, like right now, because I think I'm older than Blockjock. So, thank you. Go ahead, continue. I don't care.
No, I've got you by some years. I'm 56, so there's
Oh
that.
shit!
There's that.
Oh, you're my
Hey,
dad's age. Shit.
Yeah, but I'm a fucking cool dad, so there's that. You know.
I'm gonna listen to this space. I hope it's being recorded. I'm gonna listen to this space on repeat after this.
Oh, it is, and it'll also be placed on YouTube for your viewing enjoyment.
It's recorded and it's also going to be reported.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yes, it will be.
Reported. I can't talk. Whatever.
There's
Big
gonna
joke.
be a bunch of old people picketing outside of some Cardano building, talking about you're making fun of old people. Like the Foundation for the Rights for Old People are gonna complain about this. Just letting you guys know.
I'm watching the chart, driving in my truck. Help me. I'm falling and I can't get up.
Do you know Best Buy bought
You
that
need that
company?
alert. Cardano.
We got a little off the topic today, didn't we, Lido?
Just a lot actually.
Normally we don't get that.
I blame Blackjack. First he comes in here with the marketing talk about getting on the ground level, and then the whole DM nonsense.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Bob Peace. You had your hand up, sir.
Yeah, I hope I didn't miss this, but did any of you see the movie? What is that like? You know what I'm talking about? The Serenity thing?
Toxica? Yeah, they were on the show yesterday, actually. I bought it. I watched like the first 10 minutes and then got sidetracked on doing some things, answering some questions for some people. So I didn't get to have movie night last night, so I'm hoping that tonight I'll get to watch it.
What
She's
was
actually in
the
the
first
chat.
10 minutes like? Just out of curiosity.
What was that, Bob? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was saying, what was the part that you saw? How was that?
It drew my attention. I'm gonna go watch it now because of that 10 minutes. Like it drew my attention, and like there's some kind of ancient curse, or I'm not gonna give away too much.
But it looks like a real flick. Like it looks like you turn on the TV.
Yeah, like it looks like it's not some cheesy like bullshit. You know what I mean? Like you can tell that there's time, energy, and they know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
I think
Toxic is actually a listener right here, so you could just direct your questions at Toxica. Although,
I'm
would
just
that be a
about to say
biased
that.
opinion?
Listen, don't anybody get offended, but I'm gonna have to remove somebody. And Crypto, you've reached your limit for today because I have somebody else asking for speaker rights.
You can kick me off the speaker too, so somebody else can have my slot.
I just think that's really cool that they put out a flick. Like that's massive, you know, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it is too, and especially it's innovative in the NFT space. We started with pictures, then we started to see music, people like you, Bob, and a lot of others. There's more. You see more and more music now, and now you're starting to see film, and I think you're going to see more and more of that over time too. Go ahead, Fuad. I know that you wanted to speak, sir.
Yeah, without giving any kind of spoilers, I'm on my second and a half time watching it because I've got it paused right now for this space. But it's a great movie. It's really high quality, and I think you'd be shocked at the budget they actually built this film under. It was really clean all the way through. Good action scenes, good, just good storyline, man. And yeah, I got to bite my tongue because I'm so tempted to say shit that I'm not supposed to say yet.
Yeah,
I want to
don't,
spoil it
because
for
you'll spoil
anyone, but I highly recommend going and grabbing it. Not only is it, you know, the first of its kind, but I believe it's going to be a big collectible later on, you know, and that's not financial advice. What the hell do I know about money? I never have any of it. So I know what it feels like to not have money. So, I mean, I could advise you on that end of things, but definitely, even without having money, I went out and I sold a kidney. I chopped a few of my NFTs into little bits and pieces and sent them off to the sacrificial gods. And I grabbed me a copy of that right off the bat because it's fucking awesome, man. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, you definitely need to. The trailer doesn't even do it credit because it's too damn short.
Can somebody DM me a link to this? Is it a blockchain movie? Am I
Yeah.
getting that?
If you look down at the
Yeah.
bottom here, you'll see Serenity, kind of a peach color background with a lady on the PFP. Click on her, and on her pinned link, you're going to find a link directly to that.
Everybody stop. Everybody stop. Go to YouTube, type in Cardano Over Coffee. There is a video of their interview yesterday. You can find all out about Serenity, pictures, and their amazing movie Toxica by just going and doing that. And while you're there, like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm. I think I heard somebody say that before.
Have you hacked the YouTube algorithm today? If not, hit the like button.
But yeah, there we go. And I don't even care if you do anything or watch it. Just go like it. No, go ahead, Wolves.
I'm just saying goodbye. I got to run, guys. I got a meeting, but it was really cool to hang out. This was a really nice way to start the week. Really funny, really informative. I look forward to chatting to some of you about that possible CIP, and just thanks for the insights. And yeah, it's nice to be back. I'll catch you guys on another one.
Yeah, good to hear from you,
Same,
Wolves.
same here. You were going to a long fiat meeting, so don't call me.
Yeah, no, what you want to just, we're done for the day. So if you just want to do whatever for the end and then TCT.
Yes, go vote. Check out proposals. Look at my pain profile. If you like any of the stuff we're doing over at Lido, we have some proposals in there. Please check them out. Vote for them. If you don't like what we're doing, don't vote for them. I'll keep doing it anyways. Yeah, that's my. I didn't do my random quote today. It's okay. I'll make up for it tomorrow.
It's only when a mosquito lands on your testicles that you learn not every problem can be solved with.
No, I just don't want TCT. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I couldn't pin anything to the top today. Hey, try to mute me.
No, I just don't want anybody talking over you. That's all.
But yeah, no. Check out my tweet line. I retweeted all the ADAO proposals, some proposals from some other groups like Staking DAO, Liquid, Done Collectively. So if you don't like Lido, go ahead and vote for those, please.
And if you don't like either of those two, or you don't like me, you could still go at least check out the Ada Cafes proposal. I am a small, tiny little cog in that, so. But there are some amazing Twitter Space hosts that would help support. So don't care if you vote for it, yes or no, but at least give it the time of the day to take a look at it. Sart, go ahead, sir, and then I'm gonna end the show.
Yeah, I just wanted to sort of like since I'm heading out anyway, and the space is finishing off, I wanted to give you guys, you here, thank you for letting me speak. Lighter Nation, thank you, and thank you very much specifically to Emmanuel and I believe Riley for giving really informative answers to my questions. Yeah, thank you guys, and gosh, I mean the Cardano community. I know it's kind of cheesy to say, but like it's an amazing space to be in, really.
Yeah, we are here every Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30. It's usually about the same group of folks that come hang out with us. We've been doing it for almost 10 months now, so you're always more than welcome. Come hang out, ask questions. If somebody here doesn't know the answer, I'm sure one of us knows somebody who can get you the answer. That's what we're here for, to build the community, to be a resource to help people. That's what our goal is. We don't get paid to do this shit. It's time consuming, but we do it because we love the Cardano community. I think Lido actually hates it. He just plays a good game. Anyhow,
Yeah. I want to give a special shout out to someone. Can I hear it?
absolutely, because you're one of
Yeah.
my favorite people.
Thank you. Thank you. Special shout outs to Giovanna's son. She's a great artist. She's here in New York, and it's good seeing her in the channel just listening. And I think I saw her a few weeks ago at Crypto Mondays. But if you're hearing this, Giovanna, it's good to see you in here. And, it's good to see you, like, taking part in the Cardano community. Shout outs.
Awesome. Thanks for the shout out. Sometimes it's hard to see people throughout the room, but yeah, we are here every Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30 usually. If you do have a project and you're interested in presenting that project, we're not going to be nice. Please come prepared, but we'll give you an opportunity to present it, and hopefully you'll gain some community members out of it. Thanks,
Yeah,
everybody.
can I just quickly say as well, like, I mean, that poor guy, you guys ripped him a new one. It was like after the fifth person, it was like one more and one more, and it's like that Simpsons episode, like, stop, he's already dead. I was gonna message you. I'm like, please, this is hard to listen to.
I was AFK for a while, but when I came back, I tried to turn it into a teachable moment for them. Hopefully, they will learn from it. Sometimes I think there's some in this community. I think sometimes there's some disconnect between I live in America and this is my culture, and they live in another country, and their culture might be different. So I think there could be some cultural differences there. If you actually go and look at their website, you might find out some more information about them. I'm not showing them. I haven't done much, but there is some information out there about them that if you are interested in maybe helping them, and maybe that's the way that we need to treat that guest, right? Maybe it's somebody needs to reach out to them and try to help them, right?
No, no, I think it just comes to the turf of like if you're building something, like be prepared for just critical questions. So I think it's more than fair. It's all above board. And if you can't answer those questions, then you might have to just go back and reevaluate. So it's it's not a criticism. It's a benefit because that's something. It's harsh, but like it's what you need. You're building something. You expect people to spend money to it, so you need to answer some questions at the
I'm
very least.
gonna call out some bullshit on this show. Trust me. So
Yeah,
He
no,
learned. He
absolutely.
learned a bit.
yeah, I've had one person that I brought into this place that rug pulled people, and it fucking wrecked me because that's not who I am. I don't ever want to do that again. So we're kind of a little bit more harsh nowadays than we used to be. Flawed, go ahead, and then I do got to end this. I got to go.
Yeah, I know you're trying to wrap it up. I was going to say sometimes people don't necessarily have the right answers in the right moment and stuff, and that is one situation. Another situation is what Hero is doing in general is trying to protect the community from anyone that could potentially be a bad actor. But regardless of how all that went, how it was received, and so on and so forth, which I think he received it relatively, it was important for the community to see and hear that also. To hit back on what Zart Snarf was just saying, I believe that it is important to kind of, I don't know, man, put things out there and see where there's holes in the ship and stuff. Sometimes they're pluggable, sometimes it's a fixable situation or naivete on the space, and other times it is bad actions. But it's real important that we call that stuff out when we see it, because that's the only real barrier to bad actors in this space is the community view of those projects and those people involved in bad actions. So it's real important to put it on the table.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in this space. My name is Sari. I come from Portugal. I'm a singer songwriter, and I've been in the Web3 space and the NFT since 3 weeks. I'm like 1 week old in the Twitter space, and I have to say I'm so happy to be a part of this community because I finally find that people actually do care about who I am, and people are actually there to help each other. And yeah, maybe you see from my profile picture, I'm a little bit of a hippie, but I really value the core values of what the Web3 represents, which is like decentralization, which is community, which is owning like abundance. So I want to share a little bit why I'm here. So I've been talking a lot in spaces and as well sharing my music. And the other day, there was a group of people. Maybe you guys know them. I'm not so sure if you are familiar, but they are called those AMAs. And anyway, there were a lot of people on that group, and then they just, because they heard me sang, they just decided to like gift me with Cardano um, coins, or crypto. And so it's the first time that I actually have Cardano. I had to use a new wallet, which is called, let me see if I have the wallet. Um, um, is, oh, wait. It's a green wallet called
Do you?
Nami.
Oh, Nami. Nami's a
Nami.
great wallet.
Is the Nami good as a
Yes,
wallet?
Nami's
Yeah,
a good.
okay. So
Nami's
then,
phenomenal.
okay, great to know, because you can correct me if I'm mistaken, because the thing is like MetaMask still doesn't work with Cardano, right? That's why I cannot put my assets on Cardano.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, great. I was
That's
gifted a, yes.
That's Ethereum based, so only your ERC20 tokens. Um,
Okay.
Now there are ways to bridge things and do things, but I think that would be a little too complicated for you right at this
Right
moment.
now.
A
Okay.
beginner in Cardano.
Okay, great. So then I would like as well to understand, because on my Nami wallet I have some NFTs, but then if I understand correctly, these NFTs are as well on the Cardano blockchain, right?
Correct. They're native assets.
Okay, so what is the marketplace on Cardano to kind of like if I want to sell one of these NFTs, where I can see the value,
The most
which,
the most
yeah.
popular one is JPEG Store.
Okay, let me type this down, please. Shepool. So can you say that again?
JPEG Store.
JPEG store, and then Cardano.
Yeah, hold on. She'll never find it. It's JPG
Like a
dot
JPEG.
store.
Yeah.
GPG dot store.
Yeah, JPG
Oh,
JPG.
come on, TSAT. I'm a hippie, but I'm still on the Web3. Yeah, I found it. But thank you so much. Of course, I understand. Like, I studied architecture, so I know what a JPEG is. But yeah, okay, great. So then I can connect my wallet as well to this marketplace as I would do with my MetaMask and my OpenSea.
Yep. Pretty much same kind of interactions, right? Um,
Okay. Yeah.
Except you're not going to get like ask permission to add things. Or you have to type in your spending password every time you want to do something. That's a little different than MetaMask, but it's kind
Okay.
of the same concept.
Okay, great. And then can you just, because you guys are here and I don't know anything about Cardano, if you can like just resume in like 2 minutes, like what is Cardano about and where is it going, just so I have a feel for it, like because I was gifted I think like $700, and I mean for me as a like a musician, just came into the space. This is actually a lot of money. So like I was thinking about, okay, trying to cash this in, but like maybe I can as well like just cash a little bit and then like keep on investing a little bit on Cardano, like yeah.
Well, Cardano is. I'm gonna break down a little bit, and then somebody can probably fill in a lot from there, right? And we're gonna end the show here in a little bit. But you're more than welcome to add me, TCT, Lido, Emmanuel. Anybody who's a speaker up here is a great reference for you outside of this space going forward for Cardano, right? And they're always more than welcome to answer your questions, except for Block Chalk because he doesn't have his open, so you can't send him a DM. But Cardano is a layer one proof of stake blockchain, just like Ethereum, except for it's not proof of work. You can stake your ADA and earn interest on it just by putting it into a stake pool. And at the same time, as you have it staked to a stake pool, you can still spend it, move it. It's never frozen. It's never locked. So you can earn 4 to 5% on your ADA, but spend it anytime you want, right? So there's a lot of big differences, but there's a lot of big similarities too. TCT.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a good start. I mean, the biggest difference is Cardano has been developed over years and years of research and peer-reviewed studies. The founder of Cardano actually developed on Bitcoin for a while. He actually helped launch Ethereum as well. And then he quickly went on to start Input Output, which is the company that developed Cardano. So it's a really thought out protocol, and it's just starting to really gain the adoption it deserves, right? People are realizing that we can build more secure financial protocols on top of it. Realizing that it solves a lot of the issues that we run into on other blockchains and especially the EVM type systems. So yeah, I would definitely encourage you to look into it. That's one of the reasons that you're not able to visualize it in your MetaMask, right? Because it's a completely different architecture. It uses the security of Bitcoin, right? So it uses something similar to UTXO, but they call it extended UTXO. It's just more expressive. And that's why now you're starting to see dApps being built on top of it. And we're starting to see novel DeFi protocols starting to get built out.
All right, thank you so much. That was a start of an introduction to start. So Shepard, I'm following you guys. I would as well appreciate if you guys can follow me back, because since I'm a musician, I'm trying to get 1,000, how do you say, followers, so I can start as well monetizing my Twitter account. If anyone sees me on One Spaces, I don't have my guitar today, so I cannot play for you guys. But I'm actually writing a song about the whole space, because for me it's very important as well to give back. So I'm actually, yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you, right? But I do have to go because I have a meeting, so I do have to end this. But Flawed has some amazing music spaces that I'm sure he would love to have you at. I just need to move on. I'm so sorry. Cook time if you can go, and then Magical, and then Flawed, and then I have to go. I apologize.
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to say that, so I'm as well done. Thank you so much, guys, for the information. I love you all.
Hey, sorry. It's great to meet you. I just wanted to quickly let you know that I myself kind of co-founded a group slash collective slash, it's not really a project, but it's called Cardano Women, and we host spaces as well. It's like, a safe space for women to like ask questions and all that great stuff. We also have a Discord where we lay out a ton of information about stake pools and other fellow women-led NFT projects as well. So yeah, you can join that. You're more than welcome. Other than that, a great resource is the ADA Cafe. They as well kind of do a similar thing where they have a ton of resources, and you can join the Discord and ask questions there as well.
Well, thank you so much. I'm already following you. I love seeing more women in the Web3, because I think that we are as well. Yeah, we have as well our space. So I'm always happy to connect to you. Can you send me, maybe I'll DM you and you can send me the link to the Discord so I can be a little bit more active there? That would be great. Thank you.
Also in my profile picture. But yes, you are more than welcome to DM me. And I believe it's Flawed and then Mad Bull or anyone, but
Yeah,
we
they could fight to the death to see who goes first. It'll be okay.
I'll be super quick, man. I was going to give you basically the same resources they already have and extend that a little bit more throughout the community, and probably mention what Mad Bull's about too, which is there's also a space called the Listening Room. There's several musical spaces throughout, but if you reach out to me in DMs, I'll handle all that, because I understand Hero's got a schedule to keep and lives to save and business to handle and all that human stuff. So I'll shut up now.
Mad Bull, go ahead. No lives to
Yeah,
save today, I hope, Claude.
yeah, hero. I just want to say you are my hero. You've been holding these spaces, man. You invited me from when I first from my first inception. I appreciate you for holding these spaces, man, informing the community. I just want to say a great day to everybody. Great day to everybody. Everybody have a great day. Stay focused and take charge. We're all gonna make it.
Mad respect, Mad Bull. Appreciate you, man.
All day.
All right, folks. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 11:30. You're always more than welcome to come join. We have pretty exciting guests tomorrow. Follow me, and I'll tweet it, and you'll see who the guest is later on today. If you missed part of the show, it will be posted to YouTube later on. All you have to do is search Cardano Over Coffee. Everybody, have a great day. Go build something. I don't know. Go see some family today, too. Go call your mom and tell her you love her, or your dad, or your brother, or your sister, or your uncle, or your aunt, or your cousin. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for making this space a beautiful place for us to create a beautiful world.